Welcome to Junior Achievement in Saskatchewan Connections, our video interviews featuring leaders in our Saskatchewan community. My name is Victoria Gagne, and I am your host for this episode. I myself am a Junior Achievement alumni. I currently work in the Métis Economic Development space in Saskatchewan as a business development and community relations specialist with the Clarence Campeau Development Fund. I have a bachelor degree in commerce from McGill University, and I'm pursuing a joint master degree in governance and entrepreneurship in Northern and Indigenous areas from the Johnson Shoyama Graduate School of Public Policy at the University of Saskatchewan and the Arctic University of Norway. I am so proud to work in my role at CCDF because I know the importance of investing in Saskatchewan entrepreneurs and businesses. I learned these lessons even as far back as when I went through the Junior Achievement Company program. I had the opportunity to understand the struggles and rewards of entrepreneurship as I had to find ways to raise capital and start my own business venture with my classmates and learn how to grow our company. And now I get to apply those lessons in my role at CCDF as I work to improve the economic circumstances of Saskatchewan's Métis, my own community, by providing interest-free loans and grants to Métis entrepreneurs to assist in reducing some of the barriers to entrepreneurship that Métis people face in this province. I am so thankful for the lessons I learned at an early age about business and entrepreneurship through the JA Company program. Today, we're going to talk to a champion of economic development in Saskatchewan. She served our province with strength in the provincial cabinet, taking on tough portfolios like Advanced Education, Minister of Innovation Saskatchewan, and Minister responsible for the status of women. She is a thought leader, strategist, and champion, and now she continues to lead as Chief Economic Growth Officer for Economic Development Regina. So it is my absolute pleasure to welcome Tina Beaudry-Mellor to this conversation. Welcome, Tina. Tina, I have a couple of questions for you related to junior achievement, entrepreneurship, and economic development in the province. And my first question is, could you share why you think it is important as a business leader to volunteer for organizations such as JA in Saskatchewan to inspire our youth in entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I think there's really three reasons, Victoria, that really speak to me. The first one is that I've always really cared about young people and certainly keeping young people in the province. And I know that a lot of our youth are interested in entrepreneurship and are interested in work-family balance. They're interested in the gig economy. They're interested in sort of having a certain level of agency over the work that they do and doing things that they're passionate about, which generally leads them into entrepreneurship. And so that's really important to me is to create space for young people to stay in the province and pursue their dreams. The second reason kind of relates to the first, and it is that entrepreneurship for me is about agency and disruption. So on the agency side, it is about someone, self-actualizing in a way that is meaningful for them, which is really important as we think about some of the social movements of our time, Black Lives Matter and so many others, where it's really about disrupting some of the traditional institutions that are out there and traditional modes of thinking that are out there, and allowing people to actualize in ways that honor their diversity and individuality. And so I think entrepreneurship creates that space, and it's good. It's a good thing. Right now, especially during COVID, innovation is incredibly important, and we don't get innovation out of tradition. We typically get innovation out of disruption. And so this is an incredible opportunity for us in that space. And the third and final reason is that it teaches a lot of young people about important skills, managerial skills, team building skills, certainly financial literacy, about creating business plans and strategies, the value of working hard for something that you care deeply about, all of those skills which are easily transferable into their future career, their future lives, a future business that they might own. So all of those things are really important. And then I guess just as a final note, Saskatchewan runs on small business. A lot of people think that Saskatchewan runs on these sort of big companies, but the reality is that Saskatchewan runs on small business. It's the engine of our economy. And so this is critically important to our future as well.
Absolutely. And I really appreciate what you said about, the work of leaders like yourself and organizations like JA in making Saskatchewan an attractive place to start a career, start a business. I know as someone who moved out of province for school and then came back, Saskatchewan's an excellent place to be a young entrepreneur, a young professional, and I appreciate your leadership in that. My second question is, from your perspective, being involved with entrepreneurs and innovation, what is a key piece of advice you would give someone looking to launch their business during this pandemic transition time?
Well, the first, it's an interesting question because the first knee-jerk reaction people would have is not to launch a business during a pandemic. But that said, there have been a lot of businesses crop up, and the common theme there is that you need to solve a problem for people, an everyday problem. So think about the businesses that are doing that have solved problems for people. I can't find vegan ice cream anywhere. Enter Dandies, right? I want to recreate a social get together during a lockdown. You get House Party app. I want to provide mental health supports to people while they're in lockdown. You get all kinds of mental wellness and mental health online resources like BetterHelp or onlinetherapy.ca. And so my advice would be to try to find a solution to a problem that people have, an everyday problem that people have. And during COVID, there's been a tremendous amount of that. Just think about grocery delivery and how that has just exploded over this period of time. So try to answer an everyday problem that people have, and you will automatically have a market and obviously your idea, having a creative idea and people to support you would also be really, really important advice.
Absolutely. And I think that's, as you were speaking, that takes me back to my time in the JA company program. And that's the way they get you to think, right? When you're starting your business and what's your business idea? It's first, what problem are you solving? So I really appreciate how JA has, I think, prepared some young entrepreneurs for a moment like a global pandemic to identify some opportunities and solve some problems for people.
I agree so much.
Yeah, so I want to thank you so much for joining us today, and everyone online who's watching this, thank you for joining us as well. Thank you, Tina, for your support. If anyone watching this has any questions, please email info@jasask.org or message us on any of our social media channels. We'll see you again soon.
Bye-bye.